this is the continuation of our topic to the J buttons, and then I want really to create a lucid program here, and of course, just like a regular Java programming, I will write a code for that so that you can fully understand why is it that it is very imperative really to study about the basic of Java programming. It's like structured programming. Same, eventually you go to OP. But prior to that, of course, let us transfer this program, and you can see that we have here the source code for the program, and we created, of course, the two buttons right here. Now, the meaning of this program is like you're creating an advanced listener so that you can interact with different views of your application. But this time around, we go back again to basic, and of course, let us create, a program same to this program. But again, we want to be using, of course, the GUI. And after that, we'll be using the GUI to what? To call the listeners to display something. Okay, let's start. So from here, of course, I will again close this program. Okay, let's close this program. All right, so project, and then click your project. I will type here hello 5. So the content of this hello 5 is, just like translations of your GUI to a simple Java program. And then I'm gonna click OK right here, and then click a new class. Of course, you can type any class, but in my case, I will be using hello 5 so that I could have this orderly type of folder in my local machine. So from here, I will click this one, and then as you can see, we have now the templates of this program. And this is quite beautiful because for one thing, you have here the class, and we only have the constructor. This is ready now to create your main class at the same time, your constructor, and of course your methods. But in our case, we'll just write plain simple program, applying those buttons, and at the same time, we'll of course be using the methods of the class scanner. Okay, now here we go. Import .java. Okay, .util, and then we have here. Scanner. Remember about this scanner. This is the class on how to and enter, of course, the different types of data, numbers and strings, and similar forces. Okay, so public class. Same time I have here. Let's say we have here the data entry for that. Okay. And we'll advise that the purpose of this is to create a prototype so that we can morph it into what you call applications. We choose two items here. Same time, if I choose one item, it will ask the name for that item. Okay, so what will happen right now is we will create, a program that eventually will be transferred soon to graphical user interface. We'll just modify the previous program so that we can add this event, or what we call the action listener. Okay, so we have here a public static void main string PRGS. Okay, so let us use the scanner now to instantiate the class, isolate the object for our data input, and then you can use different name here if you want. And then we have the constructor for the scanner so that we can ask the user for the entry. We assume that this is just like prototyping to morph this into buttons. Okay, so system.in. Okay, and then we need to create our variable right here. So the variable is just like we need to create the choice for the variable. Okay, so this will serve as our button. Okay, string choice. Okay, at the same time, we'll create a global variable so that every time that I click, of course, button 1 or button 1 or button 2 or choice 1, choice 2. Well, of course, in choice 1, we need to ask the name, and we need to ask, of course, the int. We need to ask, of course, the age. Okay, there we have it. Now, let us ask the user to the user to enter his name. System.out.readline. No. Choose the button. So this will serve as our button line here, and then press 1 or type 1 or type B1. Okay, to enter the credentials. Okay, this is the example for that. And then we copy the string, and then we have here type B2. Okay, so this is just like, okay, nothing will happen to you. Now we have here, of course, the text, okay, information. So it's about time that we need to to ask the user. How to ask the user? We will be using, of course, the choice right here. So choice equals to, and then input. Remember this this object was already instantiated by using for the scanner class, and we're gonna invoke that by missing input. This is how we call, of course, the methods coming from the class, because input now is part of the scanner class. Okay, so we have to use the next line, and then so next line, and open and close parentheses. Okay, if okay choice equals, okay, the purpose of this is, of course, we are getting, of course, the value from a string, so therefore this is the choice. Okay, so choice equals, okay, if choice, okay, if choice equals to, all right, I'm sorry, and it's equals to what, b1. Okay, what will happen? So we have to, well, say, well, we need to ask the name of this of the user. So we will use system drop that out, the print line. We'll apply later on this stuff to our graphical user interface. Okay, name, and then we need to ask again. Okay, and then we need to use input that, of course, well, of course, no, name equals the input that next line for the name, and then bring this down. Okay, let's expedite this thing, and then we have the age. So age equals to, because we're using age, this is a number, therefore we'll be using uh, the method of the number, that is next int. Okay, so there you have it. Now we have already here the name and the age, and at the same time we will go right here for the statement else. What will happen is, of course, system without the print line. Okay, we'll say wrong keys. Okay, so we have here for the choice. Now if you choose 1, automatically will force b1, then you type force here, system not print line wrong key. So we have b1 and b2. I did not anymore, but I did not use anymore the b2 here. Okay, this is to shorten our discussion. Okay, later of course, the meat is just like we create a prototype for this, so that we can incorporate this later on in our graphical user interface. So we need only to modify our program at the bottom so that we can add, of course, the action listener. But we assume that these are the buttons. Okay, so if choose 1, then of course we will what? The user will be asked to enter the name and enter the age. And at the same time, well, of course, we can print the name and the age, system.out, the print line, and then we have here, of course, a name, then name, then after that, so we have to put it here, name, and we have the age and plus age. Okay, so if you just happen to open this video, we will be converting this into graphical user interface again. And of course, this is where we end, of course, the static and static void main. Okay, and this is the end of the class. So let us check what happened. I think we have a problem right here with the choice here. And let us compile. I have the 2 errors right now. I can see the error. Where's that error? Undeclared method print line Java long string. So this is a wrong spelling, no? Print line. Okay. And we have another wrong spelling here, the print line also. Sorry for that error. Okay, that's it. Now we compile this program, okay, and run the program. Okay, run compile. So we don't have any errors right now. And we slide this cursor to the next line, then we just click this out, and then void string, and then click this. Okay, so this is now the output. Type B1 to enter the results. Type B2, nothing will happen to you now. I will type B1 right here. Okay, let us check that. Okay, B1. What happened to that B1? Okay, let us check it first. So from here, of course, we have the choice. I don't know what happened, but of course, I think this is my fault now. And we have here enter B1, and of course we have age here. Okay, system out that print line, and I have the choice here, choice input next line. Okay, choice input next line. Okay, I'll run it again. Okay, compile. There's no error for that. Then let's go right here, and then click it here. Okay, your program is already running, and wait for termination. I think there's a problem with my compiler. Terminate it. Okay, void, and then okay. So here, I have here to enter my credential. Okay, so this is now the output, but we need to unravel first the problem so that we can, continue to to enter the following, what you call this item, B1 and B2. So I think But of course, there are no errors right now. Right now, only let's run it again. I think I missed that input box at the bottom of the screen. Let us compile it again, and here we go, and then we slide our cursor to the next window, and then press the right button and click this void main string arguments, and then from here we'll of course I don't know what happened. Let us check it again. I think the program is still reading. Okay, let's check it again. Okay, I will just close it out, close this one, and then I'll open of course that project. Where's that project? Open project, and then go to Hello 5. Okay, nothing's happened with that Hello 5. Where's that? Okay, so we have to start it here, and then okay, I think I have a problem right now. Where is that program? Okay, there you have it. Okay, so I have here, of course, the file, and at the same time, let us run this program. Okay, there you have it. I don't have any error. Okay, we will go right here and click again the right button and click this out and click OK. So as you can see, we have the input right here. I think I cannot really what you call this move this bar right now. I don't know what happened. Okay, here we go. So we have here the output at the top. I mean, let us start right here now. I mean, I need first to the compiler is still reading for the code, and then I'll type B1. Okay, name, and of course enter the name, and I will type Arnold, and then I'll type 53. So there you have it. Now, um, if you look at it, of course we have the two items right here. The choices are the following. We assume that these are the buttons B1 and B2, but in our code, well, of course, we're just doing it in a prototype way so that we can understand, of course, the flow of the program. So we have two inputs right here, and we are asking the user to input, of course, the choice here B1 and B2. And after that, if you press B1 automatically, of course, you can see that we have the user will enter the name and the age. Now, let us transfer this using, of course, the graphical users interface. How to do that? All right. Again, I will close this program. Okay. I will close this program. Close this program. Okay. And at the same time, of course, I will open the project. The project is Hello 4, and then select folder, and then double click it. Okay, so we have it here. Now, this B1 and B2, it serves as your choices, but here we use the graphical user interface as part of your HEI or your human-computer interaction, how you interact with the machine by means of the widgets, and we're talking about the button. So here we are different classes to do that because this is a bit higher compared to the previous one, and at the same time, we are using about your box wing as part of the class. So in our case now, we'll be using, of course, that code to, if we click G1, what will happen? I will introduce you class how to use the add listener. Okay. So in this revised example, I will add the action listener to B1, and that prompts the user to enter the name, and at the same time, and for example, that will prompt the user to enter the name, and of course, for example, the SSS ID number. And I will just use that thing. Okay. So I'll be using also, of course, the option pane to display everything. Okay, so this will display at the same time. This will what ask the user. We'll make it simple. And what is the command right here? And we in what part of the code are we going to in what part of the code that we will inject this in what part? Where? Saan ba? Saan ba yun? So, well, of course, because we are talking about programming, and there should be the order of that statement so that it can be understood by the JVM, the Java Virtual Machine. So we're gonna use, of course, the frame set visible true. After this, of course, that's the time that we need to infuse the program. Remember, we have of course the statement at the bottom, and we have here the two close braces. This is for the, of course, end of static void main. Always remember. Okay, static void main. Now, in this case, well, of course, after the frame set button, remember, we use this set location relative to just to center the form, and then that's it. Now, if I click that button 1 or B1, okay, in the previous example, we're using, of course, the plain string choose between B1 and B2. But in this case, we're using now the J button with, of course, the properties inside. So I'll be using, of course, the button one. Okay, what is that name of the button? J button. This, remember, this is the class, and this is the instantiated class. We need to say that's instance variable to the class with the constructor of J button and the value of click one. This is the syntax. I'll be using, of course, the B1, and then after that, what will happen? Okay, you are correct. I use the add action listener. So what's the purpose of that? This is how you stage, of course, the button. At the same time, it will listen to whatever operations that will be, done with the user. So again, I will use again, of course, the constructor right here, new, of course, action listener. So this is totally different. We have add action listener is part of course, the JButton class, and action listener is part of the action class. Okay, so listener, and then we close the open parentheses. Okay, let us check, of course, the syntax. Now we start first with the open and close parentheses. Of course, at the same time we have open and curly braces. Watch. After that, what will happen? So we have here the override. Okay, ano pong ibig sabihin ng override na yan? So this is where we follow and adhere, of course, the syntax of Java programming just to what you call this override other statements or methods that will come along the way. So after that, we will be using a public what? Void. Why public? Because we need to run this publicly. And we have here the action what? Action perform. Okay. And then action what? Event. So we have the object for E right here. And of course, that's it. After that, what will happen? So we need to declare the variable. Remember our previous program, in our text-based program, when you click the B1, of course, it will ask the following age and name and age. But in our case, to make this thing more, what you call this interesting, we're using, of course, the name and this is as ID. So that is a social security system ID. Now we'll put here, of course, the name. And then, of course, what will happen after that? We'll be using the job option. Remember about the first period that we created. So job option is part of the class. And then we will ask the user to input or to enter her name or his name. Okay. So enter your name. Okay, that's it. So that's it. So now we will expand the screen a bit. Okay, enter your name. And then after that, what will happen? So after we enter the name, well, of course, we'll be asking the user to enter his SSS, her SSS ID number. So we'll just follow this string and then copy this. Remember about the first part of the video. And this is our third video right now. And we're talking about the SSS ID number. Okay. Okay, so JOptionPane, show input dialog box, enter your SSS ID number. After that, we will print this, right? Okay, ID number. Okay, after that, we will print this. Okay, how to print that? Okay, you're correct. We'll call again, of course, the statement coming from Java swing, and then that's the command of job option. Remember about this. This is equivalent to your SOP or system.out.print line show, and then input what? Input dialog. Okay. Remember that this is the Java is using the camel case typing, so be careful about the spelling and the order of your text. No, your no, just make it simple. SSS, then plus, and then we have here SSS ID plus, and then we have here name plus, then name. Okay, that's it. So we are done right now. But before we close this program, of course, just be reminded that we started with this action listener here. And of course, this is part of your method coming from the B1 class. B1 is the instantiated part of your JButton. And we created the constructor right here and to override everything just to, to test other things that will, create failures to our program. So from here, of course, we have here, of course, the end static void main, and at the same time, we have the following statement here. This is for your public access, public void action performed, and this is how you create and trigger, of course, the action, the listener rate. And this one is to close the program right here. Remember, we don't have the close brace or close parenthesis there. We need to put the close parenthesis, and of course, that's the end of statement. Okay, let us compile the program. So we have the we have the error right here. Let us check what is that error. Okay, I'll just check what is that error. So the error is somewhere right here. So unknown type action listener here. I don't know what happened, but again, I will check this out. Add, new. Wait. I'll just check the spelling. New action listener. I'll just check it out. Then I have here the method is that override. Implement method supervise. Okay, at override. I think that's wrong spelling or something. Okay, I'll check it out. I am no puzzle with this very last error. Okay, let's go to the top. Okay, I forgot to bring of course the following package here, and we are using of course the AWT. AWT stands for Abstract Windows Toolkit. Please correct me if I'm wrong for that. So we're using of the AWT. This is very important, and if we're talking about of course the action event. So I'll put here of course the action event. Okay, I forgot where what to say, and then import .java .awt.event. If we're talking about the event, and then action what listener. Okay, let us check this program. If there's some error, okay, then we need to harness this code so that we can produce the right output. So Java that abstract Windows Toolkit that event, and we have the action event. So we have the Java that WT that event, then we have here the action listener. Now, if you're using, of course, the drag and drop, so it's not a problem, just like your Java FX. But here, well, this is about using, of course, the native type of coding and start it from ground so that you will amplify your brainly to start your code in GUI. Let us compile that so we don't have error anymore. I think there's another error, and I don't know what happened. So let us check that. So this is expected. We don't have the semicolon from the top, and then we could compile it again. Okay. So please click Control K. I don't understand why. So we have here, okay, let me check that, at override, and then we have here, this is the error right here, and I don't understand. This is a bit problem if I do it's a bit slowly. You know, I'm used to write program fast manner, so because we are doing explanation, so I need to make it slow for you. Okay, let us check here right here. I need to check it. Okay, so the at override, and then okay, that's it. All right. Okay, open close parenthesis override and public void action. Okay, compile. I have still two errors right here, and I don't know where's that. This is the error. I'm getting the error right here. So I'll just, but you could check this out, and okay, let us debug this first. And we are, well, first we are in the verge of finishing this program. So far, there are no errors, or there is no error right now, but I just want to delete off this thing. What will happen? Because of the override, maybe? Okay, let us compile that. Okay, so class compile with syntax error. Let us slide to the next screen. Okay, where's that screen? Okay, I just want to check. That's next screen right there. So let us check it. Okay, and then we click this void main string arg and we click OK. And then if I click one, automatically we'll force there you have it. So you can enter now your name there, of course, Arnold. Then okay, SSID number, you have something like that. Then it will print. Okay, that's it. So what happened earlier? Because maybe I was not able to check, of course, the previous code, and it seems that the code is quite doing well. I mean, there's no problem. So when I run the program, I don't know what happened, but of course, just the office thing. But of course, we activate this, okay, at override again, and we run again the program, okay. Let us slide to the next window and then run it, okay. Press the right button and of course open the void main string, then click OK, then click the first button, just check it, okay. Sure. Then SSL number, all right, there you have it. Okay, so thank you so much, and we'll of course please review this code, and we have already created the first part of the code, and we morphed that code using of course the J button, and we have to apply the following class here. We have the J frame, we have the J button, and of course we have the J panel. Thank you so much.